All right, Big Man. Today is Wednesday. It is February 22nd. Welcome to the Dog Walk, presented by Barstool Sports. Free swim. It's myself. It's Chief. It's Danny. Happy Ash Wednesday, boys.
Thank you.
Where's your ashes?
We're recording this on Tuesday, so no ashes yet.
Not yet, but you're going to get them, right?
Ash Wednesday was one of the only days I actually made it a point to go. And
really?
But I haven't done that in years.
Why? Just because you thought it was funny?
No. Because
You love Tony Reale.
I was just anti starting back up on Christmas or Easter. So I was like, I don't want to be a Creaster guy. But I was like, but I feel like Ash Wednesday is like a nice spot to slide in.
I feel like my grade school priest didn't really like me that much, and so he'd purposely just throw a blotch of ashes on my forehead so I'd have to go with it in school all day.
Just give you a circle.
Yeah, remember when like you would try to accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally brush it off as if God couldn't see?
Did you guys have it in school?
Yeah,
We'd have like your Ash Wednesday service in school?
Yeah.
Morning mass, and then you have the whole rest of the day of school with just charcoal on your forehead.
The entire St. Pat's class had charcoal on their face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was talking grade school too, but in high school.
I would always go. My family doesn't really do church as much anymore. But that was always the thing. I'm like, I'll go after school. I didn't want to be walking around with it.
Yeah.
St.
Now
Charles
I feel
Public
like
School.
it's seamless. They don't even have to go to mass anymore. Has it always been the case?
I think so. Yeah, it's like an assembly line. They're just trying to like get you blessed and get you out the door.
Well, during COVID, they started a drive-through ashes.
Drive-through.
It's unreal.
I did see that.
Fucking, I mean, if they're going to do that, why don't you just have drive-through communion?
No, well, that'd be nice, but they should be able to like charge you, and then you can order ashes like from the Pope. Like if I can't go to mass, well,
that's a big money making.
Ship
thing.
it to me straight from the Vatican.
That's a good move.
Burn your own palms.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. They haven't started doing that, or just bottling up holy water from the Vatican.
No one would ever go, right?
Have that in the Gatorade bottles on Notre Dame's bench.
Yeah,
they probably win those games if they lose by a score. Yeah.
Are people going now?
A lot less people would be going if you could just eat Eucharist, the comfort of your couch.
Not to like make this, a Catholicism
religious
podcast.
I would love to do a religious podcast,
but I don't. I think there should be real concern about the future of those masses. They ain't getting
sparse.
Younger. You want to talk about the MLB baseball crowd? The old guys watching the TV.
Dude,
there ain't many young people going to mass no more, boys.
My Nana used to go to church every day.
Oh, yeah. I know people like that.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like senior citizens, and then you got that one like Partridge family from the parish that will always go. They're not doing themselves any favors. There's like, Wednesday night mass. They have like such weird times. Sunday, you still got your Sunday crowd, I think, but...
I don't think you do.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people, I think COVID stopped a lot, and I wonder how many people came back.
Well, maybe a lot of people found God after COVID, and now they're going even more.
Yeah.
Maybe they all met God.
The office capacity I saw in the Loop is back to 50%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the
church is.
I don't know if the pews are feeling that 50%. I could be wrong, though.
Should we start going? There's that great one over on Southport.
Yeah, should we just do pop-ins and just pull a census? Just start counting, be like, how many do you guys have?
Well, we got us and a camera guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Call up Father Foley. Be
Danny,
like, how are your numbers?
Holy Name. I'll go to fucking Mary Seat of Wisdom. You'll go to St. Ben's, and we'll see how many we got.
You should call up Father Foley, a former guest of this show.
Yeah.
Chris Farley's friend and priest.
He actually just transferred to a church, Mary Seat. It's right by my house.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Do you feel like peer pressure to go now? Like, it's right there, I know the priest.
I have been meaning to pop in, say hello. Maybe tell him to toss down a few blessings, maybe give him a reconciliation.
What are you trying to... this guy, he wants free blessings.
Come on.
He ain't charging from him.
I feel like at least...
You got to put the work in. You got to go sit there, stand up, sit down, kneel, all this stuff. Then you get your blessing.
That's what it is. Like, that's why they can't do the drive-through ashes. You got to earn it. You got to sit. You got to sing the songs. You got to respond, amen.
I can't remember where I heard this, but they were saying that the reason why like CrossFit and yoga and a bunch of these things that are popping off is because they are sliding into like this vacuum left by the church. Like people still want like that community, like these are our core beliefs, like this is what we do, we come and see each other all the time. They just don't want it to be about the Lord.
That's why I just joined a gang instead.
Yeah, that too. You could do that. Gang numbers are up.
But Addy, you said you're going to a different church within like our archdiocese, I feel like that's a little backstabberish. Like, you should be going to your grade school church, Portia. You can't be. It's like almost switching religions if you go to the rival church.
Yeah, but I think it comes to a point.
It is not switching religions.
It is around here.
It comes to a
your grade
point.
school's like your nationality on like the northwest side of Chicago.
Oh, is that right?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's why it's funny too when Dave like Dave said this the other day. He's like, "Hey, you guys went to private schools." I don't really consider it a private school.
It's because like it was the norm, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not, when you hear private school, it's not the perception people would think if they got to look into what it's really like to go to a Catholic school in the city of Chicago.
I also did 95% of my school in public school.
Yeah.
So,
like we've documented your prep school and whatnot.
Which is a weird experience.
Yeah.
You know, Harry went to military school.
Yeah, which is crazy in and of itself. But you're right. It's just a different.
Yeah. It is weird to me that you guys, like, that there was this, because you always hear about, like, I remember it being like, oh, we can't have, like, we have to change the words to Christmas songs. Couldn't have, like, a Christmas whatever, because it was, you know, we're a public school. Like, you couldn't have any of that. And then you guys are like, hey, walk in the doors.
Oh, yeah.
You know, say the Pledge of Allegiance, and here's the ashes on your forehead.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Oh,
so
yeah.
did like, priests and nuns teach your classes? Or do you have like normal?
We had brothers. We had brothers at St. Pat's, and they would teach. You would take theology. I think maybe your first 2 years it was a full year-long course, and then junior, senior year, I think it was just a semester.
Okay.
But there was also, I had a brother teaching me Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I remember that guy.
Some of them were jacks of all trades.
Yeah. He was after my time, but he did like his missionary or whatever in Spain. So he was like an anomaly.
His study abroad.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was an anomaly.
But you say that like it's not that weird, but when you explain it to someone, it does sound pretty weird. Like, oh, well, we had a polo every day with dress pants, belt. Like, we got fines for having our phone out.
Yeah, but like when I say
that
polo,
should still be a thing.
Yeah.
When I say polo, I mean some of the dirtiest of the scums. Where like rolling out of bed. Where one kid broke a record, he wore the same polo for 111 days straight.
How did that smell?
Not good.
You could even wear like a mechanic's shirt.
Yeah.
Like a polo.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a school.
No. Well, grade
was,
school, yes. High school, no.
Yes. High school's anything with a collar,
yes.
basically.
Dude, I feel like my whole perception of Catholic school is out the window now.
Well, that's
I feel
ours.
like you show up with like a dirty polo. Here's a fucking ruler or a wooden spoon right to your ass.
Yeah, but like, that's what I'm saying.
That's what it should be.
It's not like that, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. There were little things where, like, you couldn't have your hair long. You couldn't have it below your collar.
Shirt needed to be tucked in.
Yeah, shit like that.
Shoes.
Yeah, we did have a dress shoe rule. So, like, you had to wear dress shoes. But, like, I'm talking, like, kids would wear loafers, and it would be classified as a dress shoe.
Fucking St. Pat's.
I had a teacher once who made me raise my hands up, and my shirt came untucked, and he made me go get a fine.
That's fucked up.
Jag off.
Yeah.
But there are other schools that do shirt and tie. We just weren't one of them, which is also like a nice like perk. It's like, yo.
And if you got X amount of dress code fines, you had to be a member of the shirt and tie club.
Yes,
so you
you
had
did.
to wear a shirt and tie for punishment.
Exactly.
That's funny.
That was the only club I was ever a member of, shirt and tie club.
The shirt and tie, yeah, you did have to do that. You're right.
Maybe I'll just start going to church. Maybe that's the answer for me.
You think so?
I don't know. Nothing else is working.
And I'm not shitting on it, to be clear.
Yeah.
Not at all. But it's just an observation. Like, do you have any buddies that go to church?
Yeah, but it's only like they took a 15-year hiatus and then they had kids and like, oh, I guess we gotta bring our kids to church. Back. Yeah. So they do that, and I think my sister goes. My sister, she's got 2 kids and a husband. I think they go with some regularity. So yeah, but it's not like, I remember when we were like, the only way we weren't going to mass is if I had like a sporting event that was in direct conflict. Otherwise, it would be like, well, game's at 1:30, mass ends at 1. You just get dressed in the car, and we'll show up for the puck drop. Like we went religiously. Yeah. Until like high school, and then it was.
I have some like hardcore Irish Catholic friends who are very much like a member of the Brady Bunch who still have to go every Sunday.
Yeah.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Like they have to don't live with their parents anymore. Have to drive from the city to go all the way to their parish.
See, I have 2 buddies that would go by themselves.
Really?
Are they religious or is it like routine or what?
Routine for sure.
I've been doing this rewatch of Mad Men, and there was one quote in there where it's like these two girls were talking like, where can I meet a man? And they're like, well, why don't you just go to church? It's like, meet a man at church. And then the girl's response was like, I'll never stand out there. There's too many hot girls. Maybe that's the answer. To get people back to the church, you just got to start finding a way to get the hot girls in there.
We're going to start getting the Catholic Joey Swole pop up at church.
Yeah, exactly.
He was not looking at you while you were getting communion.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfectly normal glance. He was looking at the organ. Mind your business.
Yes, it was a sign of the cross. He wasn't waving to you.
Exactly. He was eyeing down the tabernacle, not your asshole.
He was not trying to drink from the exact same spot on the wine glass as you were. You're overthinking.
Yeah. That is the thing. I mean, when you're in church.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that's like sinning. You can't be like.
But it's
a people watching all time event.
But I remember like when you guys had confirmation, obviously, too.
Yeah.
Do you do it? Mine was, I think, either 8th grade and freshman year or freshman and sophomore year. But I remember being like, holy fuck. Like, because then it was like all the girls, the Catholic girls from your public high school, and they were all like, you were horned up in church because you had to go for like 3 hours. Then your eyes just like, fuck.
Please stand. I can't right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really hit the knees here.
Yeah.
Get those prayers in. Let the Lord know I'm sorry for this.
And you're just bored, so it's like, naturally.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a weird time, I guess. But I don't know. I found that interesting when he said that. I was like, yeah, it's just not the public perception of what it probably is.
Yeah. Well, like what would you wear at prep school?
Shirt, tie, blazer every day.
That's what a lot of people think it is. You know.
Yeah. It's not that at all.
But we didn't have to. It wasn't like a uniform. Like you could kind of wear. If you want to wear a olive color shirt or a pink shirt, fine. But like you had to have a shirt, tie, and blazer, and then
the blazer, man.
The blazer,
that's extreme, dude. That's no fucking joke.
And then I think there was like a day in the spring, and I can't remember what they called it, but from that point on, like honor roll students and the senior class were allowed to have no blazer and wear shorts if they wanted to. So you had a lot of like prep guys walking around with khaki shorts, long sleeves, and a tie with no blazer. But that was it was just hot. But if you're like a sophomore, fuck off. Like you're
roughing it out.
Yeah. They also didn't call it sophomores. They called freshmen 3rd form. Sophomores were 4th form. Juniors 5th form, seniors were 6th form.
Why is that?
I never knew what that meant.
I don't like that. That's
just like, you're a 6th former.
That's a bit much. That's some skull and bone shit right there.
Yeah, we weren't smart enough to have any skull and bones guys in our school, I don't think.
What do you mean? You're the Campbell Soup guy, dude.
Well, he was like this eccentric weirdo genius, but
can you say? People don't know you had the heir to Campbell's Soup lived below you, right?
I wish I could remember his name. I'd love to look him up because he pops in my brain every so often. I'm like, I wonder what that guy's doing because he just never. He was super nice, but he never talked to anybody.
Yeah,
and he lived the floor below me. I told this. When did we do that? That was the old office.
It was during COVID because I remember we did part of it over Zoom.
Yeah, it was we did 2 parts of my prep school experience. But long story short, I spilled a Gatorade on my laptop, and he was the kid who could fix everything. So I'm like, hey, whatever. Fuck, I wish I could remember his name. And he's like, yep, just leave it there. I'll take care of it. I'm like, all right, great. Come back the next day. The entire thing is taken apart. It's sitting in like a big Tupperware that you would almost put clothes in a college closet, like a 1x3 thing.
Yeah.
Completely taken apart, sitting in a bath of olive oil. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't like that.
Thought you were fixing it. He goes, it'll be fine.
It's like when they cut your couch in half.
Yeah. it'll be fine. Come back tomorrow. And I don't even know if it was olive oil. That's what it looked like. And then I come back the next day. It's totally put back together. Works fine.
I mean, what's the heir to Campbell doing going to school? It's like a rapper going to college.
I also feel like his family had sold the company. I don't think it's the same people. So I think they just had the money.
Yeah, they got out before they did the chunky campaign.
Yeah,
chunky soup, fucking.
But he was. I bet you he's he's invented something else that he's like a hydropower car.
Genius.
Yeah.
Well, let's fucking talk to this guy.
I know.
Get him on, but
Yeah.
remember you fixed my laptop with olive oil?
We got to find out his name first.
Yeah. There's people I could ask that I'm sure would know his name.
That would remember.
Yeah.
Hey, we should talk about JP Graziano.
Speaking of olive oil.
Yeah. Big special right now.
Okay.
A cool campaign as well. Cool little contest here, okay? So today until Sunday, beef kits will be 20% off.
Whew.
20% off with code BEEF at tasterealchicago.com. And not only that, so you know how like a big thing in like the card game or whatever is the defective market? Like when they make like a Charizard upside down.
Okay.
Or they make like the Billy Ripken fuckface bat.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? So there is a defected beef kit that Jim has. And it just looks off. The printing is off, and it only says beef kit. And I think there's a stool on it. It's pretty cool, actually. One lucky winner will win that. And if you get that, you will get $100. It's your choice of a Taste Real Chicago gift card or a JP Graziano gift
So we
card.
got like a Willy Wonka situation going on.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
The golden ticket.
Yes.
The golden beef kit.
Get a golden beef kit.
I've been wanting that to happen in real life, some kind of Willy Wonka type, like an actual thing, like here, like you get the fortune to Verizon Wireless.
This is it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do that, and if you win that, post a pic of it, put the box on social, tag us, use hashtag Barstool Beef,
Love that.
and it'll be pretty cool. We'll know you as the
Barstool Beef Golden Ticket winner.
the Beef Wonka winner forever.
Yeah,
so.
Charlie.
Exactly. So go do that one more time. TasteFulChicago.com. Beef kits on sale today through Sunday. Use code BEEF, 20% off. And if you win that defected beef kit, which only the box is defected, I should claim.
The ingredients still.
Yes, the ingredients still taste delicious. You will win a $100 gift card to either Tasteful Chicago or JPG. So go do that. And it's I'm excited to see who wins.
Tag Dog Walk if you win it. Let us see it.
Yeah.
We need the proof.
Yes, we need the proof. What else is going on? How's everybody else doing?
Doing fine. How did you guys meet? You have an all-boys school, too? Right?
Yeah.
So how'd you meet girls?
There's all girls schools.
Just next door?
Yeah.
But
like,
you don't socialize during the day?
and it's like, so everybody, you don't socialize during the day, but like I went to Borgia, Danny went to IC. So it's like you kind of.
Those are grade schools. So yeah, you know people
Yeah.
from there. And then, you still hang out with girls on the weekend, even after school. You're just not going to school with them.
Yeah. So it just kind of funnels that way where it's like you bring more in and it's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just kind of how it works.
I've so many people ask that it makes me ask, like, how many girls did you meet, like, in class?
Oh.
You know?
But at the
Did
same
you have a lot
time-
of girlfriends before going to all guys school?
I mean,
though?
I didn't have girlfriends in high school.
I mean, like,
but
female friends with boobs.
yeah, I mean, but like I feel like I remember like talking to girls in class and talking at the lockers and like the hallways.
But
and
here's
that was like where you flirted or tried to, and then like how do you meet a prom date?
Yeah,
Like,
but
all
you
that.
went to St. Charles North, what, your first year?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, your first 2 years.
Yep.
So most of those girls at St. Charles you knew from probably grammar school, right?
Well,
Before that?
kinda.
Yeah, and
But-
then say if like you met Billy on the hockey team and he went to a different school and then he introduced you to those girls.
Yeah,
That's
but
kinda how it
like
works.
having a girlfriend that went to a different school was like the coolest thing you could do.
Mm-hmm. In grade school, at
Yeah.
least.
But that's how it was in high school. Like, oh, she goes to fucking Geneva. She goes to St. Charles East.
Yeah, it was definitely harder. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like a lot of the girls I met were almost even before high school, and then like you meet guys from other schools, they introduce you to those girls from other schools. Next thing you know, you're partying on the weekend, you're meeting up after school. So I would never be on my A game if I were to like flirt or hit on a girl during school. Like those morning hours, you look like shit. You got a
but
booger
that's-
in your nose.
But it was definitely easier for them. Like, you're just around them all the time.
You're just
Yeah.
gazing at them in class.
It wasn't. I was 5'2". It was never easy.
Not
for me.
easier. I'm saying
Yeah.
to meet them. To meet
Yeah,
them is what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Lots of girls wanted to be my friend in high school.
Yeah, we were at
Everybody
our
loved 5'2" Chief.
Yeah. It was cuddly and cute.
we were just in our all boys classes swiping on Hinge looking for girls.
Yeah. Just texting T9, bro. That was it.
T9. Oh my god.
Catch you
was
on
it.
aim.
Dude, T9 was a motherfucker. But if the people who could text fast with T9, that was a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the whole game was different. The buttons like actually click down.
Yep.
You couldn't even fit like 2 thumbs on there half the time.
No.
Trying to text in that side pocket.
I still don't like to text with two thumbs. I'm a one-hand guy like this. Bam.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I held on to the 5S for so long. That's why I got a second 5S when they were up to like the 8 or whatever.
You would hate the huge version, the one I have.
This is
is it the big one?
This one's kind of big, but like I was home recently and my dad had like the newest, I don't know what they're up to, 13 or whatever, and it was at an S. It's basically they re-released the 5S, and it was the first time I ever like felt compelled to go get a new phone
because it's smaller.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
And I don't have like small hands, I don't think.
That's like almost harder. Like you'd have to tie my other hand around my back in order for me to not use both while I'm texting.
Really?
Yeah.
You do two hands?
Yeah. I mean, why do you use one hand? You got like the other hand, like, is it full of peanut butter or something? What's the point? What's the fucking point?
I don't know. I just don't. It's like it's how I learned.
It's a waste of a hand, bro.
It fucking truly is.
You should just put a hook on that hand.
Well, now when people are wondering, like, oh, why does Chief's tweet suck? Well, I'm doing it one-handed.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Tough.
Wow.
That's tough.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? So I was talking to a buddy over the weekend, and and the premise of this conversation is nickel and diming, right? You know how you would maybe go from like Xfinity and they would charge you like whatever, $12 if you don't bring back your HDMI.
Your router, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about those little fees? Because he told me about something that he was nickeled and dimed on that I was disgusted by.
I love the fees. Everybody loves. Like everybody hates those fucking fees.
But I'm gonna give you one that's like.
There's times where, like if I buy something and it doesn't fit, like the hassle of having to go find the store and return it might be less than what I'm like the cost I'm eating.
I'm with you on
like
that.
$12 for the router. There's a good chance I'm like not driving 5 miles just to save.
Just to do it.
Yeah. Why? What's your buddy's scenario?
So he was going to a medical center. Okay. And this is there, Johnny.
That's like the nickel and dime.
I mean, not to be confused with the hospital.
Of the world.
Well, I guess it's more complicated than that. I'm trying to think of the correct word of what it's called
without giving away his illness.
Yeah, without like really saying, but it's a place where conceiving a child type of place. Okay.
Okay.
Fertility clinic.
Yeah, fertility clinic. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. And like, so everyone knows, like, obviously, those things are super fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So he said he went in and he didn't have a mask because nowadays no one just carries them. And this is not a mask or anti-mask conversation. Because
you want to turn it into that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
That's why we're doing this on here, not the mid-show, because we could eliminate the White Sox Dave factor on this one. We know where that's
fucking mask was so stupid.
Yeah. So this is not an anti-mask discussion. Whatever. I'm not for whatever.
He's not for it. You heard it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Make it the YouTube title, Harry.
But, dude, so he walks in, and his wife's in there, and they wanted to charge him bill him $5 for a mask. For like,
get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. He said he walked out.
I would too.
He walked out.
Be like, I'll jerk off in the hallway.
Dude, like, that is awful.
You can't do that in a medical center.
No, like at all.
Yeah.
Especially, and that's the thing too. Because I don't know did you end up going to your doctor?
I did go to the doctor.
So you walked in.
They didn't give me shit about a mask. Same thing.
But they gave it to you, right?
No, I didn't have to wear it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, they would be free anyways.
Correct.
Is your point.
Yes. Yeah. Is whatever. I've gone and got a blood test or whatever, and you walk in, and it's just, and they're very nice about it, like, hey, sorry, it's a medical facility. We still require masks. Just grab one over there. Sure, no problem. Toss it on. Boom, you're done.
Yeah, they're like retro now. I like them.
Yeah, they're there. Like they're like you're ready to go. You just pop it on.
That's how my fatness snuck up on me because I was hiding it. I would wear the mask slide down here.
And then took it off.
And then
a lot of people liked wearing the masks.
I mean, it was like, because I can't really grow facial hair, but that's why when I shaved it all off completely, I saw how fat my face was. But it hid all my worst attributes. Everybody's good looking.
Actually, your facial hair looks the most grown in I've ever seen it right now.
I think that's my good side. Yeah, if I feel it, this side's still pretty bald.
All right. Yeah.
And then, but I did get a haircut yesterday, and the guy was like trimming it up. And he's like, "Do you want me to do your face?" And I'm like, "My face?" He's like, "Well, the hair on your face." I'm like, "My beard?" He goes, "I wouldn't call it that."
That's tough.
And then he wanted to trim my eyebrows too. I'm like, I think my eyebrows are good.
I think I'm fine, bro.
Yeah.
But whatever. So they wanted to bill him $5 for a mask. That's fucked up.
It
dude.
is.
That's next level of nickel and diming.
$5 while we're at it.
Yes,
$5 too.
Exactly. $5 is a fucking. But then again, like 50 cents is like a slap in the face too.
Yeah,
So it's almost what's a fair price? Like 2 or 3?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yes,
is the fair price.
I agree.
And like, especially because they overcharge you on fucking everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That shit is expensive as fuck. Like those are almost. It's a different service rather than like hey, I need to come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well,
sorry.
Let me ask you this: did they tell him, or did he look at a bill and see he got billed?
No, they told him. They're like, hey, sir, you need a mask. Like. We'll bill you $5. So you can pay $5 right here.
If you're them, I don't even think you tell him. I think he just gets pissed about it once he sees it on his bill later. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe.
Credit to them.
That could have happened to any of us.
I was
before.
Floored when he told me that. Like, you know what I mean? You walk on there, it's like, fuck, they charged me an extra $1 for a slice of cheese.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most next level bullshit nickel and diming I ever heard in my life.
I wonder if they were like, this pandemic's never going to end, and they just went to like Costco and loaded up, and they were like, we have to offload these and get our money back somehow, and maybe that's it. They're trying to like recoup their costs, but it's like they were giving them out for free at coffee shops.
Right. You just can't do it at a medical center. No way. I mean, you shouldn't do it anywhere, but you have no right.
You can't do it. You cannot do it. You're right, especially because of how many they probably have.
Yeah.
It's second nature because nobody carries yours around anymore. Like it's not required anywhere besides there.
Oh, God.
Because they don't work, right?
We used to carry them around. We used to carry those masks around. We used to carry those masks around like some old handkerchiefs. Just, oh, fuck, here's one from last week. And
reaching in the back of your pocket or the side thing in the car.
You pull one out of the washing machine. Yeah. Sorry if you don't still have one. No offense.
No.
Yeah, dude.
I'm good on laundry now. Thank God.
Those are going to have to be hung into the rafters like your primary mask. You know what I mean? Like, what's that, Dad? It's like, that's the one I wore.
We all remember the day we buckled down. We're like, all right, no more disposables. I need a nice silk mask that I can go out and that will match my suit.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton.
At the end of the day, though, the medical ones were always the best ones. You could fucking breathe in them.
Yeah. So he literally just walked out.
He's like, fuck that.
I'll get my wife pregnant the old-fashioned way.
and then he's like, I was like, oh, what happened? He said his wife had paid for it. And she was already in there. He's like, I fucking told her she shouldn't have paid for it. He's like, but like, she obviously had
$10, honey. That's $10.
I mean? You know, but I was disgusted. I was like, dude, do you care if I bring this up? He's like, no. He's like, you should fucking bring up the name. I hate those fucks. And I'm like, but I won't do that. But what a disgusting act.
That is bad.
To bill someone at a fertility clinic for a $5 mask.
That's like they're probably already there. They're probably already $25,000 or something. Oh my God,
it's crazy expensive, dude.
It like goes against the Hippocratic Oath. Is that what it's called?
Do no harm. Like they raise his blood pressure.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. They should have thought of that.
That's enraging, dude.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You just can't have that.
I feel like my mom listens to all the podcasts, you know. And I think I told the story on one of the shows where I like fought with the people who fixed my dryer. And I'm like, I learned how to complain from my mom. And she's like, I didn't teach you how to complain. I taught you how to advocate for yourself. Please issue a correction on the next show. So there you go, Mom.
I love
advocate for yourself.
I believe her. Mrs. Brandel, I believe you.
Yeah, I agree. It helped, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It probably took 40% off the total cost.
There we go.
For sure.
By advocating for yourself. Not complaining, advocating for yourself.
Here's another thing, too. We used to have an old segment, Danny, pull the plug. Here's another thing I think, like society, or this is not even a pull the plug, like something we're out on. This is like a KFC's old series of things I'm going to tell my son. Mm-hmm. You know, because I saw Will Compton he chipped his tooth, I believe, in Cabo this weekend. I didn't see how he did it, so I don't know. So I could totally be off base, but I feel like the number one way everyone chips their tooth is by an overflowing beer bottle, and then you go to try to suck it up really fast, and you just bang it off.
He said it was a beer bottle.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or you're trying to bite off the cap, be a funny guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, in college, there was this guy, I think he's from like the South Side, one Thursday night, just chipped his front tooth like in half. Everyone's like laughing, obviously. He's like, dude, fuck you guys. I have to drive 4 hours home, go to the dentist. Like, this is a whole thing. I can't be walking around looking like this.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's like one of my fears.
I was dating this girl, and she had a chipped tooth, and she would always like get it fixed. But like obviously you chip your tooth, you get super self-conscious about it. Like you can't smile. So we were out, this is probably 2 St. Patrick's Days ago. She comes walking back out from the bar or from the bathroom to our table, and she smiles and says something. And as she's saying something, I can see like the repair tooth, just the part of her tooth come flying out of her mouth. Oh. And she was it was a loud bar, and she was probably like 20 feet away. And I just went to the table and I'm like, nobody say a goddamn word, because it was like 1:00 in the afternoon on St. Patrick's Day. And I'm like, if she knows her tooth is chipped, we're going home immediately.
Nope.
So I was like,
no selfies, no pictures.
No pictures. Everybody just shut the fuck up and don't say anything. And we kept it a secret for like 2 hours, and then I got yelled at. But it was like, we have to have a good time. Everyone just relax about her tooth. Quiet. Yeah, everyone shut up.
I mean, that is an emergency situation. Like in the instance I described.
Hers would chip all the time.
But like, I think I chip my tooth. If it's 1:00 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day, I'm going home.
Yeah, totally.
I remember, out of context, I think you were with Tom that day, and like we came back to the office. He's like, day. "Where'd you go?" And I didn't know what happened. And you were like, "Dude, she chipped her tooth. I had to go."
Yeah, yeah. Because that was in the early days of Tom being here, where he was like lonely because he was like the new guy, didn't have any friends. So I was going out with him a bunch, and then he was getting mad at me because we ended up leaving after like an hour or 2 hours that day. And I was like, she chipped her tooth. Everyone would have been miserable around her. I would have been miserable. You would have been miserable. That was the end of the day.
Yeah. I might rather have a chipped tooth than a dead tooth, a poop tooth.
Yeah, poop tooth.
I know a guy who got a poop tooth, got elbowed in basketball, and like he got it fixed and everything, but then like the dead tooth ended up being whiter than the rest of the teeth. Terrible. Terrible white.
Can't do
hard.
it.
Also, I'm an idiot. It wasn't his caption beer bottle incident, so I did know. Maybe I don't know.
Forgot.
Any other reason is like morbid. Like, how else do you chip your tooth? Like falling on cement.
I have 2 on this side that I never got fixed. I just caught a hockey stick in the face.
Yeah.
Just like eating something that's hard.
Yeah.
I got a cracked molar in the back too.
Oof. So yeah.
He's
biting down on a candy cane with the 2 front teeth. Something like that.
I lost like 3 teeth to Starburst, baby teeth.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah.
But do you agree, though, for let's call it 16 to a 22-year-old man, that is like how 66% of chipped tooths happen?
Mm-hmm. More.
You think so?
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my lesson to whoever, a youthful listener.
Just let it spill.
Just let it fucking spill.
Yeah.
I don't care where you are.
Have sticky hands for a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our big one is when people, I think they would call it shotgunning, not to be confused with the hole, but you just smack a bottle on top of someone else's bottle and it starts overflowing, so you have to chug it.
Yeah, well,
that'll chip some teeth every time.
Yeah,
similar. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I saw that and I was just like, man, that's.
I feel like that should be outlawed.
that
move. The hit. That's just a waste of a beer too.
Yeah, and it usually breaks the bottle, so you're just drinking glass.
Right.
Drink it, you pussy. I got glass in my throat. 1 second.
People would love that.
No, it was a big move in college.
That and the keg top.
Yeah. Keg top was great, actually.
Mm-hmm. Keg top was kind of legit.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, those were two things that were fresh on my mind.
Oh, and speaking of St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yes. We got that. The Irish Car Bomb hoodie, and we also have a T-shirt. We also have a Nobody Does St. Patrick's Day, like Chicago crew neck and a T-shirt.
Yep.
That is very sick as well. It's got green beer on it.
We have a lot of great stuff from last year, too. All the shirts with the river on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Check it out.
Barstool Sports store, store.barstoolsports.com, Chicago tab. And yeah, we could wrap it up, boys.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you guys for hopping on. And we'll be back tomorrow. We will see you then.